All right, welcome back. This is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290, and we're talking about dealing with change and just driving to the studio and getting to the studio. How much dealing with change we had to do, and how people resist dealing with change. All right, so I want to make a few points, and there's 5 or 6 I want to make in the show today. So I better get started now. Point number 1. And in the face of change, you have to remember you are the only person that has a say in how your life turns out. I don't care what happens. It's what you say and what you do with it that counts. It's not about what someone else says. It's not about what they advise you to do. It's about what you actually do. I mean, you have a choice in life. Now, listen to this one. This is a good one now. This is for everybody. I love you all, okay? You have a choice. And your choice is you can either complain about life or you can create a great one. What do you choose? And that's what it is. The power of choice is yours, and that's all you got. And as an adult, you have to choose. No one can do it for you. You can bitch and scream and complain and holler and do all kinds of stuff, and you can make everybody else wrong for the choices you didn't make. But the point is, you didn't make it. Or you didn't live with the choice you did make. All right? I mean, I've been teaching this for 25 years, and I'm just starting to get it. So point number 1, you are the only person who has a choice. What are you going to choose? You're going to choose to complain or create, all right? Point number 2, you can choose to be a master of change or a victim of it, all right? You can either have a say in how your life turns out or not. You can either be the mastery of change, or you can be a victim of change, but guess what? The change is going to happen anyway. See, change can't hug you, and change doesn't care. Only people do. Hello? Hello? All right. So you got one you want to read? Hello, hello.
Oh, well,
you don't.
See, now I'm just.
I got her. On,
now I'm
boy,
thinking
I got her on that one.
I'm back on the vending machine quotes, and I'm thinking of this. I know money can't hug you, so I'm like, well, change shouldn't be able to hug you either.
Yeah, no.
Change, not change.
I was listening to what you were talking about. I was engrossed in what you're talking about, so it probably looked like I was reading it.
Boy,
you're good, man. You're good.
What's that good? I even had Susan just totally entrenched in that. Whoa, wow, where's he going next? Man, that was a change, wasn't it? Because you're way ahead of me.
Yeah, well, not right now.
No, you're doing great, honey.
Well, we have an email from Jim.
Yeah.
Says, my father has decided that it's time for my mother, who is well into her 80s, to be cared for in a nursing facility.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in ill health for some time now.
Yeah.
I agree and stand by his dad's decision. My siblings, however, don't. Do you have any suggestions for getting them past their emotion over this issue and helping them see the realistic side of this situation?
Sure, they can move Mom into their house. What do you think?
Ta-da.
I mean, no, but that's really where it's at. Look, everybody gets mad at my sister for taking care of my mom for the last 20 years. But guess what? My brothers and my other sister aren't taking care of my mom. My sister is. And I call my sister up all the time and say, thank you. God, you're wonderful. What can I do to support you? Because you're doing something that nobody does in America anymore. She's taking care of the elderly. She's taking care of Mom. She's taking care of the white hairs. I mean, that's what I love about the Japanese society. Japanese society, man, they take care of their white hairs. They take care of the aged. And I know it's not carte blanche. It's not 100%. But they have this honor in that society that Americans don't have. And it's all about, look, just because you're white-haired, you can't walk as fast, and you only drive 12 miles an hour, it doesn't make you a dumb person. You're a very, very knowledgeable person that has a rather unique way of looking at life. You know what I mean? And so
they've had a lot of life experience.
Yeah. So either support the person and the actions they're going to take, all right? And if you want to be in charge, add a room onto your house and move them in. That's where it's at. So, you can either complain or create. That's point number 2 around change.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, as Jim said, his mother's in her 80s, so I guess his mother must be probably in his 80s, and so I can imagine Jim's dad being the one to.
Yeah, did you see the thing in the paper
wow.
this week about the same question came up about in the news press about this couple? She's 89 years old and he's 91 years old, and he's going to put her in a rest home, and the kids are upset. I'm just going, give me a break. I mean, come on. Anyway, we've got somebody on the phone.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Yet.
Sorry.
They got a little scared.
Oh, they did?
Don't be afraid. Call us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Come on.
By the way,
you know what I forgot is the telephone numbers to call us. I always forget this.
That's fine.
If you want to call in, maybe you can call in at locally at 564-1290, or long distance. Or if you're streaming, call 866-564-1290. or as everybody is doing, I guess. Let me see all these emails. My gosh. As everybody's doing, they already know you can email me at clay@mediasb.com. Clay@mediasb.com.
You can hear them all. They're just coming in.
Man. Okay, now, so point number one in dealing with change is, in the face of change, you got to remember you're the only one that has to say in how your life turns out, and you got a choice. You can either create a great one, all right, or you can complain about it. You know, it's up to you. You can either be point number two is you can either choose to be a master of change, that is, be able to dance with what's before you and take what you get, or you can be a victim. Oh my gosh, it changed. That's it. I'm going to have to eat worms, roll over, and die.
I like the title emissary, like you said before. It makes me feel noble.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, emissary is be in charge of something.
Exactly.
You know, okay, I'll be good. All right, now. All right, becoming a master and emissary of change. All right, now, number one, you got to choose to be in action, not in reaction. So you understand what that means? To be in action and not a reaction. What does that mean? Think about that. So call me up if you know what that means. So I'll give you a hint, though. Here you go. In action is a place called I have a say in how my life turns out. In reaction, it's I don't have a say. All I can do is complain. All right? Now, you have to be committed to be outrageous. You have to be committed to be unstoppable. And remember, the only thing in the world that you can control is you and how you choose to face whatever changes before you, including what your parents do when they're 91. I mean, come on, you know? Got it? I mean, my son, I just thought of this one. Here's something I had to change. I was teaching my son how to drive. We're going down the freeway. It's early in the morning. There's no cars around, so no matter what happened, we were in pretty good shape. And he decides to change lanes. So he goes from the slow lane to the middle lane. And when he does, he hits the brakes. And I'm going, excuse me, but what are you stepping on the brakes for when you're changing lanes? And he goes, I don't know. I said, not a good thing to do. Now, a year or two ago, I would have gone, hey, what are you doing? Pull over here. You don't know what you're doing. My God, what are you going to try and kill us or something? My gosh, just think of it. A car had been behind us. They saw those red lights. We could have caused a wreck 14 cars back. Now, what would that have done to him?
Probably would never want to driven again.
Yeah, at least not with me.
Yeah.
So I am changing. I am getting smarter. I am starting to get present to how I leave people in my communication. A master communicator is someone that is responsible for how they leave the listener. I'll say that again. A master communicator is someone that's responsible for how they leave the listener. Now, that's a change from probably 55 years of doing it wrong to 2 or 3 years of doing it right.
I mean, I know it's redundant to say that's profound, but I don't think people think about what the reactions of their actions will be.
Yeah.
They don't think how it affects people.
The truth is, most times you leave somebody in a bad place, it's not because you're in action and in charge. It's because you're in reaction and you're reacting to something. You know. Yeah. I mean, have you ever been so mad at somebody that you go off on them, and the mad you get is much greater than the circumstance requires?
Once or twice.
Oh yeah.
Remember.
I know you've never been mad at me. Have you, Beth? I mean,
No.
Well, there's a faux pas. I said Beth.
I know.
Beth, if you're out there, I know you're not mad at me.
We're all pacifists.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we are.
All right, now, being a master and emissary of change means you don't make others wrong. Like I'm fixing to make Jaron wrong now because he keeps telling me, go on a break, go on a break. Okay, so I got to go on a break now. I'm going to be good. And when you get back, we're going to talk more about being the emissary of change and how you understand the emotional component of being the emissary of change. This is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290. Come on back because I'm going to master something. I don't know what.